Hey everyone, welcome back to Progressive Dog Training. I'm Justinius and today I've got a topic that's crucial for every dog owner out there: reliable recall. If you've ever struggled with getting your dog to come when called, you're in the right place. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have all the tools you need to ensure your furry friend comes running to you every single time. Let's dive in. Before we jump into the specific training progressions, it's important to understand the basic principles of recall. Dogs are naturally curious and love exploring, so we need to make coming back to us more rewarding than whatever they're doing. Let's start with the first principle: building a strong bond. Having a strong relationship of mutual trust with your dog is essential. Spend quality time together, play together, train together, and establish trust. When your dog associates you with positive experiences, they're more likely to respond when you call. Principle number 2 is to start with basic cues. Begin with basics like sit and stay. These form the foundation for your recall training. If your dog follows these cues reliably, transitioning to recall becomes much smoother. Chaining these behaviors together in a sit, stay, then come will encourage your dog to come to you to receive their reward for performing these behaviors. Principle number 3 is to use positive reinforcement. When your dog comes to you, shower them with praise, treats, or their favorite toy. Make it a celebration. This positive association will make them want to repeat the behavior. Principle number 4 is consistency. Consistency is crucial in dog training. Use the same recall cue every time and be consistent with rewards. Dogs thrive on routine, so make sure your training sessions are regular and structured. Do recall training often to ensure the behavior is constantly reinforced. Basic principle number 5 is to avoid punishment. Never punish your dog for coming to you, even if it takes a little bit longer than expected. Punishment can create negative associations and make them hesitant to return in the future. Instead, reward them for making the choice to come to you. The next time, when they come quicker, jackpot them with heaps of praise and love. Principle number 6 is to increase difficulty with distractions. Once your dog responds reliably in a controlled environment, gradually introduce distractions. Start with mild distractions and incrementally work your way up. This will help your dog to generalize the recall cue to various situations. Recall basics number 7 is to change the setting. Dogs are not great at generalizing their behavior to different situations, so practice recall in various environments: the park, your backyard, or different rooms in your house. This ensures that your dog learns to respond in any situation. Basic principle number 8 is to get excited unless you have a fearful dog. Don't be afraid to get silly and increase your energy levels. Dogs are naturally drawn to enthusiasm, so jump up, run around, and make coming to you the most exciting thing in the world. Remember, you have to be the most interesting thing around to capture your dog's attention fully. Your body language and energy play a significant role in making the recall cue irresistible. Use a cheerful tone, clap your hands, and make it a party when your dog comes running. The more enthusiasm you show, the more your dog will associate coming to you with positive experiences. Basic principle number 8 is to use high-value treats. Always carry an extremely tempting treat that your dog only gets when they come to you. This treat should be extra special, reserved exclusively for successful recalls. For example, you could carry around peanut butter in a travel lotion bottle just like this one. They're cheap and you can find these travel bottles everywhere. I bought this one off Amazon. If you're allergic to peanuts, you could carry a can of spring water salmon or sardines with no additional salt added. Use small portions to avoid overfeeding and reward your dog when they've successfully performed a particularly difficult recall. Make sure to take the fish out of the can so your dog doesn't cut themselves, and carry a Ziploc bag for the extras. Each dog is different, so find a treat that works best for your dog. If your dog is very toy motivated, getting access to an extra special toy or ball works just as well. This high-value treat becomes a powerful motivator, reinforcing the idea that coming to you is not just rewarding, but comes with an extra special bonus. It's like winning the jackpot for your dog every time they respond to your recall cue. Recall principle number 10 is to use a random reward schedule. Just like how slot machines keep people engaged, the unpredictability of rewards can be a powerful motivator for dogs. Start off with rewarding your dog with a treat or toy every time they successfully respond to your recall. This establishes a solid foundation of positive reinforcement. As your dog gets better at responding to your recall cue, transition to a variable or random reward schedule. This means giving them the special treat at unpredictable intervals. It's like winning a jackpot on a slot machine. They got the reward and now they're motivated to keep on playing, or in this case, responding to your recall cue. By introducing this element of unpredictability, you'll keep your dog engaged and eager to respond because they never know when the next jackpot is coming. This technique strengthens the recall behavior and makes it more resistant to extinction. Now that we've discussed the basics of recall, let's take a look at the specific progressions of difficulty. Remember to take it one step at a time and only progress when your dog is consistently responding in the current environment. Don't be afraid to go back to an easier progression if your dog is struggling with the current one, even if they've previously been successful with that progression. We want to set your dog up for success, and choosing the appropriate level of difficulty for your dog will ultimately help them to learn quicker and easier with less anxiety. Progression number 1 is to start indoors without distractions. Begin by calling your dog in a controlled environment, rewarding them for prompt responses. Once they're consistently coming to you indoors, it's time to increase difficulty. Progression number 2 is to move on to recall indoors at greater distances, maybe from one end of your house to the other, or from a different room. Gradually increase the distance between you and your dog while maintaining a controlled environment. This step helps build their confidence in responding to your recall from a distance. A fun game you could play at home to reinforce coming to you is hide and seek. Ask your dog to wait or have a second person hold your dog in one room while you hide in another. When they find you, reward them with lots of praise and love. Progression number 3 is to introduce mild distractions indoors. Place a tempting treat on the ground or throw their favorite toy to create a controlled distraction. For added difficulty, ask your dog to come when they're already enjoying a delicious treat. This simulates real-world scenarios and teaches your dog to prioritize you over enticing stimuli. Now, let's take it outdoors. As you progress to recall training outdoors, consider using a long line. This is a leash that extends a considerable distance, giving your dog the illusion of off-leash freedom while maintaining your ability to guide them if needed. It's especially useful during the transition to off-leash recall. I use this 10-meter long weatherproof long line for my 2 Labradors who love to play in the water. The long line acts as a safety measure, especially when transitioning to recall in more distracting environments. If your dog gets distracted, gently guide them back using the long line. As your dog becomes more reliable with their recall, you can begin to phase out the long line. Progression number 4 is outdoor recall without distractions. Start in your backyard or in a quiet area where there are minimal distractions. Reinforce the recall cue in this new environment, rewarding your dog for their successful responses. Progression number 5 is to gradually increase distance outdoors. As your dog becomes more comfortable responding to your recall cue in the outdoor setting, work on progressively extending the distance. This step helps prepare them for reliable recall in open spaces. Once you have a reliable recall from a far distance, you can train your dog to respond to a dog whistle. This can be particularly helpful in open spaces, making it more efficient than shouting across a field and providing a consistent sound that carries well. Progression number 6 is to introduce distractions outdoors. Place food on the ground or throw a toy to add controlled distractions. This step challenges your dog to focus on your cue around enticing outdoor stimuli. Now, progression number 7 is to progress to recall training with other dogs present. Start with controlled interactions, allowing your dog to be around a familiar canine friend while still responding to your recall cue. Finally, the ultimate test. Progression number 8 is recall when your dog is playing with or chasing another dog. This advanced stage requires a strong bond and reliable training. Ensure both dogs are comfortable and that the environment is safe for play and training. There you have it, the key steps to achieving reliable recall with your dog. Remember, each step is a building block towards achieving recall in various situations. Celebrate the progress, be patient, and most importantly, have fun with your furry friend on this journey to a strong and dependable recall. And don't forget, patience and consistency are your best friends in dog training. Keep training and provide lots of positive reinforcement, and you'll develop a great partnership with your dog. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks. Until next time, happy training!